flashing lights, a frail black woman, hands cuffed behind her back, pressed against her own car, papers scattered on the pavement, legal briefs with her name stamped in bold. Bystanders whispered, recording, unsure whether they were witnessing a routine stop or something far worse. Inside the squad car, her ID lay untouched, revealing a title the arresting officer hadn't bothered to read. He thought she was just another suspect. He didn't know she shaped the very laws he swore to uphold. This is the story of mistaken power and irreversible humiliation. Welcome, story lovers. Where are you watching from? Comment your city. It was just another quiet morning in Charleston, South Carolina. Judge Martha Caldwell, 73, sipped her herbal tea while sunlight spilled across her porch. Decades of service in law had earned her the highest seat in the state's Supreme Court. Yet she preferred the simplicity of routine morning walks, handwritten notes, and her battered leather briefcase. Dressed in a floral blouse and gray slacks, she chose to drive herself to court. That day, no security, no assistant, just her, behind the wheel of her modest blue sedan. The roads were familiar, the courthouse just 15 minutes away, but on the corner of Elm and Pine, where the city thins and the sidewalks disappear, a patrol car sat idle, watching, waiting. She didn't know that her age, her skin color, and her calm confidence would be misread as something else entirely, something threatening. And that morning's drive, it wouldn't end how it usually did. As Judge Caldwell turned onto the main road, she saw flashing lights in her rearview mirror. She slowed, pulled to the shoulder, and waited calmly. Maybe a routine stop, she thought. She had nothing to fear until she saw the officer's face. He approached with hard eyes and a hand resting on his holstered weapon. Before she could even greet him, he barked, "License and registration." His tone wasn't standard procedure, was laced with suspicion, almost disgust. She moved slowly, deliberately, announcing her motions. "I'm reaching into my purse," she said, her voice steady. But he didn't hear her calm. Only what he assumed, an old black woman driving a nice car in a white neighborhood. He yanked open her door. "Out of the car now." She asked if there was a problem. That's when he grabbed her arm. Rough, unnecessary. Traffic slowed. Phones came out, but the officer didn't care. He shoved her against the car, cuffing her hands behind her back. Her briefcase hit the ground, papers spilling, legal opinions she had written. Decisions that shaped the law he claimed to uphold. She whispered, "You're making a mistake." He laughed. "Yeah, we'll see about that." As she sat in the back of the squad car, hands numb from the cuffs, her ID sat untouched on the front seat, clearly showing her title, Justice Martha Caldwell. And outside, the crowd was growing. Inside the squad car, Judge Caldwell struggled to breathe, not from panic, but from disbelief. Decades in law, and now she was treated like a criminal by someone sworn to uphold her rulings. That's when a second officer arrived, confused. "Why is she cuffed?" he asked. The arresting officer shrugged, still smug. The second cop leaned into the open car door, picked up her ID froze, his face drained of color. "Sir, this is Justice Martha Caldwell." The first officer stuttered. "What?" The crowd outside had grown. Live streams were rolling, reporters were arriving, and suddenly, the one holding the power didn't anymore, because the truth, her name, her rank, her dignity had just shattered his illusion. Dear audience, if you're enjoying the story, don't forget to give it a like. It really helps. The cuffs were removed, but the damage was done. Judge Caldwell didn't yell, didn't threaten. She simply gathered her papers, straightened her jacket, and walked away with quiet dignity. The officer who cuffed her was placed on leave, but accountability felt hollow. What haunted her most wasn't her own mistreatment, it was the thought of countless others without a title to protect them. This wasn't just a mistake, it was a mirror held up to a broken system, one that doesn't pause to ask, "Who are you?" before deciding what you must be. She returned to the bench, not with bitterness, but with resolve, because if even a Supreme Court justice can be profiled, what hope is there for the unseen? Thanks for watching. Subscribe to our channel for more powerful stories and new videos.